we have Detroit coming up. The lineup is looking iffy.
What's up guys and welcome. You're watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with a little update of James Hollingshead and how he is looking right now, roughly 2 weeks after the Arnold Classic UK. So the question is he doing Detroit Pro in 2 weeks time? Because he looks really awesome right now. And if he wants to, he can step on stage in 2 weeks time. So as of right now, we do not exactly know. And going by what Freaky Stephane said on the latest episode of the Pro Chat, both James Hollingshead and John Rosa, they can be the last minute entries.
I mean, I know we're going to have a really strong top three at least. I don't know how deep the lineup's going to get. I know John and James are potential entries, which if those two show up, we have a great show.
These guys haven't confirmed their attendance just yet, but they are thinking about it. So Freaky Stephane also confirmed that both Hakeem Williams as well as Carlos Thomas Jr., both of these guys aren't doing this show because of some prior commitment. And really, that is kind of surprising. The kind of momentum Hakeem had post-Arnold Classic, he really could have won this show. And same goes for Carlos Thomas Jr., he could have won that show. So if Carlos doesn't win in Brazil, and the chances of that happening, at least as of right now, are kinda slim. Because Rafael Brandao is the favorite going into that show. So if he doesn't win in Brazil and doesn't get the Olympia qualification, he's gonna have to do some other show to get his Olympia spot for 2024. And Detroit Pro is just 1 week after on Brazil. So that would have made perfect sense.
Trying to sell Hakeem on it today.
Yeah.
Hakeem said he was going to visit his mom in the Caribbean or something like that.
Yeah.
Is that what he told you?
Yeah.
So we have some people that already have like I talked to Carlos Jr. He said he has to stay in Brazil for some things.
So coming back to James Hollingshead, he made top 5 at the Arnold Classic Ohio, which is great accomplishment. So whether it's an injury holding him back or some other reason, he hasn't committed to this show at least as of right now. And only James himself knows why. But if he does do it, what are his chances in Detroit? Can he beat a guy like Martin Fitzwater, who is coming in guns blazing? But that is a guy who James was able to beat last time they competed against each other. That was at the Arnold Classic UK 2022. So maybe James will consider doing this show. Try to duplicate that same look that he brought at the Arnold Ohio prejudging. That look can certainly win this show.
Martin Fitzwater, John De La Rosa, James,
Vito,
Justin,
GoodVito. That's a strong top 5 right there.
Yeah.
So Justin Rodriguez is 100% committed to this show. He had a little disappointing start to his 2024 season. And the reason is he just could not get the placing that he was aiming for at the Arnold Classic. But he had more time to diet after his last show. And that might help him bring a more conditioned look at Detroit Pro. So in a lineup where Hadi Chopin, Samson Dauda and Rafael Brandao are top 3, a guy like Justin who has some very glaring weaknesses, they are easily exposed. And that is why they pushed Justin down in the 3rd call-out. If I'm not mistaken, Justin Rodriguez was compared to Horace Samdi and Muhammad Shaban in Ohio. So the judges saw him at the bottom of the chain at that show. So can we expect something totally different from Justin as he is working with a new coach this time? Well, the thing is he cannot grow his legs in such a short time span. And that is what his previous coach Abdullah had to say about him when he was asked about Justin and why he isn't performing up to the par, why he isn't performing at the highest level. So in a scenario where neither James nor John De Rosa compete in Detroit, what is going to be our potential top 3 at Detroit? I think that is going to be Martin Fitzwater, Justin Rodriguez and GoodVito. And if Justin peaks perfectly for this show, he has a shot at winning the Olympia qualification and winning this show. So considering Detroit is on the IFBB calendar year for the very first time, and it has a prize money of 25 grand for the men's open winner, the lineup isn't looking as deep as we were expecting it to be. So can we expect a guy like Antoine Vaillant to jump into the show? So Antoine has blown up after his last show, which was the Arnold UK. And considering that his biggest strength is conditioning, and their game plan did not work for the Arnold UK, I don't think Antoine will want to show up at another show anything less than 100%. So let's just wait for another few days, or at least up until the Arnold Classic Brazil, because that will determine how many guys are opting to do Detroit Pro as well. So as of right now, out of the potential top 3, Martin, Justin and GoodVito, who do you guys have winning? Who do you guys think will come out on top?
So like
Antoine's not doing it?
I don't know. Antoine said something about maybe doing it, but I haven't heard from him since. I was going to shoot him a message to see if he wants to do it. If Antoine does it, then we have a mini Arnold.
Next up, we have an update from Michal Krizo. As always, looking so round and so freaky. So we are gonna have such a great show in Spain with Michal Krizo, Behrouz Tabani, and Andre Presti, and also Jose Mabisa as well. And I am specifically looking forward to this match, Michal Krizo versus Behrouz Tabani, because this showdown is something that we missed at Prague 2023. Because Behrouz was supposed to compete at both Prague and Romania Pro, which were the post-Olympia tour shows. But because of the visa issues, Behrouz could not compete at Prague. So this is a match that we are gonna get to see at Emper Classic Spain now. So both these guys have their own strengths and their own weaknesses as well. Behrouz is lights out from the back. The conditioning is absolutely insane. Every time he steps on stage, his conditioning is just top notch. The likes of which we see on a guy like Hadi Chupan. But Michal Krizo is overall a bigger, more muscular bodybuilder. And when he is on, the way he was at Prague in 2023, he is a very, very dangerous bodybuilder. I mean, the guy is top 7 in the world right now. So, can Michal Krizo do something to improve his back? To make his back more wider, more thicker? Because ever since he switched to the IFBB Pro League, this has been the main criticism, the biggest knock on his physique. That he needs better back, that he needs more width on his back. The man has got one of the best arms in the business. He has amazing chest as well. The super depleted look that we saw at the Olympia, I have to say, that doesn't suit him quite well in my opinion. The look that he brought at Prague Pro, where he was much more fuller, much more rounder, that is the one he should be aiming for. Because Behrouz isn't playing around, he's gonna bring his A game. And we saw how he went toe-to-toe with a guy like Samson Dauda, who is top 3 in the world, and he really gave him a serious run for his money at that show. So Behrouz at his best versus Krizo at his best. Who do you guys think will come out on top? We have another update from Stephane, the classic physique sensation. And he is changing very fast working with his current coach Patrick. So for all of those guys who are asking, why doesn't he go for the 212 if he is too small for the men's open bodybuilding? Well, you guys should understand something. Majority of these guys in classic physique, they are really tall. And most of these guys have their weight cut off even in classic physique more than 212 pounds. So there is your answer. It's either classic physique or the men's open bodybuilding. Plus, for the very first time in Stephane's career, he's working with a world-class coach who is known for bringing his athletes not only just in good condition, but full as a house as well. We saw that with John De Rosa just a couple of weeks back, how he showed up at this year's Arnold UK. Just look at the winning 212 Mr. Olympia Keon Pearson. So if you guys remember, up until Keon paired up with Patrick, he wasn't really doing that well in the 212 class. And Patrick took him from the 14th place in the 212 division, all the way to winning the Mr. Olympia title. Not to mention the most shredded guy in bodybuilding right now, Michael the Bull, the Saharan Eagle, who up until the Olympia 2023 was working with Patrick. So Laszlo Kirali is another great athlete that is being coached by Patrick. So he has a really good roster under his belt. Now, I'm not implying that Stephane won't have to lose some weight, some muscle to make the weight cutoff, in whatever show he is planning to do for 2024 and to get his Olympia qualification. But he can bring a much better conditioning, much more rounder and fuller look whenever he peaks 100% right. Because that has been also a knock on him, that he hasn't been able to peak 100% in any of the shows that he did in 2023. So maybe with Patrick, he can do that right. He can do the peaking right, and he can look a lot more improved. So the overall V-taper, the waist with the vacuum, that is looking absolutely insane. I mean, the guy has one of the most insane proportions out there. So he was qualified for the Olympia last year as well. But due to a family emergency, he could not do the Olympia last year. So this guy will get to the Olympia stage in 2024, there is no doubt. The question is, can he be in the top 10 at his first attempt? Do let me know what you guys think. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.